Greetings, salutations, it's me, James, your BA Sensei, back with another Power Query tutorial. In today's video, we are going to take this stock table per branch, per date with in and out movements. We got an opening balance table for each branch, and we're going to create this table that basically adds a closing stock amount column that takes into consideration the opening balance for each branch and then the movement for each day. Enough talking, let me show you how to do it. Alright, so the very first trick is, let's quickly look at what this table is called. It's called table 1 and this table is called table 2. Well, all I do is I click on the table I want to bring in, I say data and I say from table or range. Now this opens Power Query. Okay, so this is Power Query, right? So I want to bring in the other table as well, but without doing another query. You can convert this Excel current workbook into a function. Now you do that is, you can say each. And instead of having the hard-coded table 1 in there, you just say underscore. Now this, if you say done, will return, it's like a function, right? So let's go back to Advanced Editor. And let's say we want to, let's say main table. I want to return that and I say invoke the source function that we just wrote now and bring back table 1. And excellent. And there you go. But let's say I want to bring back the other table, the lookup table. I can say lookup table is equal to source, and I know that is under table 2. Let's return that one. And there's your lookup table. So that's a nice little trick to add various steps without adding multiple queries. Go back to main table. There we go. We're going to work with this one. So now what I want to do is I want to add a new column. So let's say we call this stock total, the variable name. And I'm going to say table add column. I want to add a column to the table called main table. The new column should be called closing stock. And in there for now, I'm just going to put each and a underscore. And we're going to close that one up, turn the stock total. See what that did? It simply returned a record for each row in our table. Wonderful, wonderful. That shows you what each does. Each brings you the context of each row in that table. Okay, and that returned a record. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do a nested let. So we're going to say let in. Let's say we call this A and we say that's underscore and we say return A. Okay, I'm just going to do that. It's going to do exactly the same thing. All right. The next thing I want you to look at is this each is basically sugar syntax for if I declare a variable, let's say row, let's say table row. So now my each is actually called table row. And this underscore represents that each. So if I say that is the table row, it's going to do exactly the same thing as that each. So we go back to Advanced Editor. Okay, so now knowing that, we are going to do, let's say we want to do a sum, because we want to sum the total amount of stocks. I'm just going to create a new variable called total sum. And in there, I'm going to say list sum. And I'm going to return the list sum. That's it. If we go back here and say function, we're waiting for a function. Okay, so this is now a function. It's waiting for parameters. So if I give it 1, 2, 3, and 4 as parameters, it's going to add that as the total over there. That's what we want. So we kind of created this function. That list sum is a function we're going to use in this nested let. So for now, I'm just going to take that out and keep it as an empty function I'm going to invoke later. Okay, cool. Now we start with a comma there and we say, cool. What I want to do next is I want to iterate through every row and I want to build a subtable that kind of keeps track for each branch and each date there. So I can do that kind of like a cumulative total of the amounts for each date for each branch. Okay, so I can do that is, it's creating a row iterator and we're going to say table select rows. And I'm going to say awesome from my main table. Yes, so my main table, this one at the back. That one, this main table. What I want to do is, I want to say for each branch in the main table, where it is equal to everything in my table row, so for every record in my table row, equal to the branch, yes, where the branches are equal to each other, and my date for my main table is smaller or equal than the table row. Cool. And what I want to do is I just want to return that. So let me show you what that did. Let's return that. So that now returns a table, right? So for branch A, you can see we have one row, 27, 26. or branch 8 there. Now we got 2, 3, 4. So it kind of like iteratively builds the content as we advance in dates for each row, right? So we can kind of like see, we want to do a sum there, and then it starts again at branch B and branch C for each date in there. So by the end of, let's say, February over there, we should have many rows of data, and each day should subtract a day for each branch. And then for branch B, we'll start over again. Pretty cool. So we're going to take advantage of that. So now we're going to take advantage of the second part over there, so the lookup table. So we're going to say, this lookup table, instead of returning the row iterator, we're just going to say, return for us the lookup table, but basically return it for us in context of where the branch is equal to table row of our declared variable, each record within it, where that is equal to the branch. Cool. Let's see what that returns. That returns a record, right, of each branch. See, branch B, branch A. Okay, cool. That's great. But I want to bring back specifically the open stock amount. The opening stock for branch A is 311. The opening stock for branch B is 4,300. And the opening stock for branch C is 666. Wonderful. So we go back, we return that. And now what we can do is we can use this total sum function with the iterator to take that opening stock amount and then append it with the sum of the in and outs from our table that we're building right now, that inner table. So I'm going to say, excellent, take that opening stock amount and plus it with, use that total sum formula over there, that function we had over there. You need to give it a list. So I'm going to say, give it everything from my row iterator. And the column should be the in column. And I want to lessen it, the total sum, using that total sum over there, of my row iterator. And that should be my out column. And if I'm not mistaken, I return this. This should now bring back the totals, considering each branch, each date, and the opening balances of each of these. Then you can see them iteratively growing or shrinking based on the inputs and outputs. And that's basically our solution. Let's bring it back to Excel. And there it is in Excel. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's quickly do a test. Branch A started with 311. Yes. And 311 plus 27 less 16 should be 322. Let's quickly check the next one. It would be 322 plus 1 less 49 should be 274, and it's 274. Perfect, perfect. Well, I hope that really showed you the potential of Power Query. BA Sensei, signing out.